welcome to The Most Creative Person Alive. This is the series that I have where I try a bunch of different creative hobbies in the hopes of becoming the most creative person alive. Today's hobby is sidewalk art. I've been seeing on Instagram and TikTok a lot of artists who do sidewalk chalk art, and this seemed like a fun thing to do in the summer, so of course I'm doing it in the end of September in fall. Good job me. But I have this big beautiful box of sidewalk chalk. So now all we need to do is go find a sidewalk and figure out what we're gonna do. So I am on my driveway. Gonna be our canvas. I have 3 pieces of chalk art that I'm gonna try. An easy one, a medium one, and a hard one. The easy one we're gonna do first, and it is a balloon animal dog. So let's get this camera down and we can start drawing. So I have the reference image over here, so I'm just gonna try sketching it out first. So while I do a quick little sketch of the balloon dog, here is the reference image that you can look at just so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. So here is our first outline in the photo. It's a bit darker, so I think I'm gonna first do the lighter color and then I'll darken this up. So now I'm gonna go in with this lighter blue. So now I'm just going in with the lighter color, and all these clips where I'm doing a voiceover is going to be sped up just because it took a long time. I think this video was like half an hour long without it being sped up. And also please excuse the shaky camera work. I was doing this all one-handed because it was just me and my driveway and my chalk. So I just went in filling in all the little details with light blue, well, all the little like bubble sections. And as you can tell, it looks quite streaky, but then I went in with my finger to smudge it, and that really helped. It was able to get a better blend and just make the colors look a bit more opaque, which I really thought helped make it more seamless, I guess. And that is what all the reference images had as well. Now we're switching it up, adding another angle. I just went in with the darker blue just to like tighten up the outlines and make it just a bit crisper. And now I'm gonna go in with the white just to add those highlights, and darkening the outlines really helped make it more like the reference image, I thought, and just made it look a bit more cartoony, which is kind of the vibe of this reference image. Okay, so I'm done with the easy one. I think it came together quite nicely. I think the highlights and going over the dark blue later kind of sold it. So now let's move on to the medium one, which I'm kind of scared for. So here I am working on the medium one, which is a bubble blower stick and some bubbles. This one made me really nervous because drawing bubbles, they're supposed to be clear and there's so much light reflecting through them. It just made me pretty nervous, and I really wanted it to look like the reference photo that I had pulled up and I was going with. And also ignore these circles. Like I said, I was filming this one-handed and I decided to look at the camera and not what I was doing, so my circles kind of got a bit wonky, but luckily bubbles aren't a perfect circle. And here I go with that finger technique again, just to get the lines a bit more smooth, because I felt that these looked a bit sharp for bubbles and also a bit wonky. But anyway, to help me with my drawing anxiety, because sometimes when I do these creative hobbies, I really want them to come out perfectly, I sat and listened to music the whole time. I was just sitting on my driveway listening to my musicals playlist, mainly Epic the Musical, which if you have not listened to Epic, please go and listen to Epic. It is such a good musical. Anyway, back to the actual point of this video. With these bubbles, there were lots of different colors, so I tried to match them as best as possible and try and put color in the exact same spot of where it was supposed to be. So the reds, where they were supposed to be, the greens, where they were supposed to be, the yellows, where they were supposed to be. I did stray a bit with the bubble blowing stick. Is there a proper name for a bubble blowing stick? The blower? I don't know. I did stray away from that a bit. I added some darker yellow and some lighter yellow or like white to it just to add a little bit of contrast, because I found that the bubbles had a lot of like contrast and light reflecting on them. You can see me going in with the darker yellow now, that I just wanted a bit more detail, because it felt like these were trying to be very 3D and the bubble blower was very flat, which, because it's a drawing, of course it's going to be flat. But now I went in with the white sparkles and white highlights, and once again, these just didn't sell it the way I wanted it to. I think I might have needed thinner chalk for it to really go with the reference image. but this one just didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. So it doesn't look as much like the photo as I would have liked. I'm not sure where I went wrong. If you want to comment down below what you think I could have done better, please let me know. But even though this is done, I am going to do the scary thing and move on to the advanced one, which I'm really scared about. The advanced one is a jellyfish, and I am very scared because there's lots of color blending and my fingers are already pretty dirty, so I'm nervous to see how it's gonna go. I'm looking around, seeing if I can find a good spot, but yeah, also listening to music to try and just make this a bit more enjoyable. Ooh, okay, now we're starting on the jellyfish. Like the prior ones, I started out with a sketch, just following the reference image, which here it is, and just going with the flow a lot more this time. I tried to put a bit less pressure on myself. Here I go using the same smudging technique. I don't think I put enough chalk down first for the smudging technique to work, but soon I started looking more at the reference image and realized that there were other colors in there, and this is where I really started to have fun of blending other colors together to make it more glowy, because when we think of jellyfish, we often think them as quite, well, I think them of quite magical and almost ethereal with how they glow and how they move. So I just had a lot of fun trying to make this a bit more magical than hyper realistic. And here I went in with some red outline, and around this point I got a phone call from my mom. So, hi Mom. Hi Mom. Sure, I'm just filming a video, but they can't hear the audio, so I can talk to you. As I was on the phone with my mom, I realized I didn't ask for permission if I could do this on their driveway, and now you can hear the panic in my voice of if I should do this. Yeah, is that okay? Luckily, asking for forgiveness and not permission worked out in my favor this time. It was all good. My mom said it was fine. She was actually away on a trip with her friends, so yeah, I kind of just did it, and my dad was napping, and I was like, I don't want to ask for permission, I'll just ask for forgiveness. So that's what I did, and I started adding more highlights to the jellyfish head, adding this nice light blue outline, which I really liked. I actually think later I added a teal or a turquoise outline, which I actually think looks a bit better. But anyway, soon we're going to move on to the jellyfish bottom, I want to say, because they don't have tentacles, do they? Because when I say tentacles, I think of octopus tentacles. What is the bottom of a jellyfish called? I'm gonna have to Google that. Actually, wait, hold on. Typey. Jellyfish anatomy. This one. Okay, I guess I'm working on the oral arms. Oh, and they do have tentacles. Anyway, enough jellyfish anatomy, let's get back to the drawing. I started working on the oral arms, or oral arms, however accent would like that pronunciation. But I am making this very, very colourful, like the reference image had. And just going in, with this finger technique, I saw lots of people online saying that they would get cuts and stuff on their hand. Luckily, my driveway was quite smooth and I didn't get any sidewalk chalk injuries, because I feel like that would kind of be a bit embarrassing walking up to my work next week and they say, oh no, what happened to your hands? And I say, I got hurt doing chalk. Oh, and here is where I realized my canvas was too short and I went up to the edge. Good job, Emma. But now I started adding more colors and blending to more sections. Like you can see in that little purple section, I had some reds and some whites. Now I'm adding a lighter purple and some whites to the mauve section. Apparently I'm learning, I don't know how to pronounce anything. But once I started blending in the colors, it started fitting more with the head of the jellyfish. And that's when I really, really started to love this one. I mean, even more than I did originally. And please ignore my very messed up nails. They are very chipped, and after this I promptly washed them off. Don't know why I didn't take my nail polish off before, but oh well. And I am just so in love with this, just adding even more colors. This is when I really stopped looking at the reference image and started doing what I felt like. There's the turquoise outline, and now time for the reveal. Ta-da! I just love this one so much. You probably heard while I was talking the whole time, but this one just made me really, really happy. Now I showed these to my dad and made him rank them. Lou's inspecting them. Right, so what would you give Balloon Dog out of 10?
Well, that's like the artwork.
Like Andy Warhol?
No. There's another guy who makes millions out of that. That's 9.
Oh, Jeff, the sculptor, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a 9.
Yeah. 8. Oh, that one I like. He's another 9. I like him, Em.
I'm glad.
I wish we could somehow find a way of sealing him.
You just need a wall. And I'll do it on a wall.
Yeah. No. I mean.
So that was this week's episode of Most Creative Person Alive. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot more fun than I was expecting doing this sidewalk chalk art. It was really quite therapeutic. I really got into it on the last one. I would say the balloon dog and the jellyfish were my absolute favorite. I found with the bubbles that I was spending too much time trying to make them look exactly like the photo, that I wasn't enjoying it that much. But when I did the jellyfish and kind of zoned out and just drew it and just kind of went with my feeling, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna add this color here even though it wasn't on the picture, that's when I started to have the most fun. And I am definitely going to continue this creative hobby. It's so much fun. I actually kind of enjoyed doing it in autumn instead of doing it in the summer, because it's a lot cooler outside. I was able to wear a hoodie while I did it, and there's just not as much heat, so I was able to kind of zone out, listen to my music and really enjoy it. So I would really recommend this creative hobby to people if they wanted to try. If anyone wants to come over, I've got 20 things of big chalk. If anyone wants to come over and try, I would be more than happy to. But if you liked this video, you could let me know by liking this video. You can subscribe if you wanted to. There'll be a fun little magic trick. The subscribe button will go from will go from red to grey. Ooh, so magical. And comment down below what creative hobby I should tackle next. And also comment down below which of my drawings was your favorite and where do you think I can improve, because I love learning how to improve. And with all that said, I will see you in another video, which, hint, it's going to be baking related because I'm actually filming that in a few days. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.